Cham's guy, right, also flooded us at the time. Yeah, and then that's why some people think that, hey, oh, I don't like Cham and stuff, right? Yeah.
Introducing the sponsor of today's episode, Gonna Make It, or GMI, the brand new platform that prioritizes user security and offers rewards for NFT creators and collectors. The Gonna Make It airdrop has begun, allowing you to earn GMI tokens. Eligibility is based on OpenSea volume or holding ETH, NRG, Lux, X2Y2, Sushi, or Uni tokens. The sooner you claim your airdrop, the better the rewards will be, so get after it. And besides, if you refer friends to the airdrop, you get a 20% bonus, and they get a 20% bonus too. And guys, if we've learned anything this market cycle, it's that marketplace competitors are here to stay, and those that best incentivize and reward their users, their audiences, are going to win out in this battle. You can join Gonna Make It today and start earning rewards on your NFT trades. You can visit airdrop.gonnamakeit.com to claim your airdrop right now. Links are down below in the description. As always, guys, remember that Gonna Make It and all other sponsors of the ngmi podcast have a material relationship with the podcast and are just that, sponsors. You should always be doing your own due diligence on what platforms you want to use and what NFTs you want to buy. What's going on, guys, and welcome back to ngmi, the Web3 show, aka the future #1 podcast in the world. I am, as always, joined by my sexy, beautiful, and humble co-host, KMoney69. Kevin, what's going on, dude? How are you?
Hey, champ. Nice to see you again. It's been a while. I'm doing good, man. You know, just enjoying the market, loving the volatility. Just another beautiful day in Web3.
I haven't enjoyed the market in months, so I'm glad to hear that. And I'm even more glad that we are currently joined by one of the most sought after men in Web3. It makes sense because he's very good looking on video. I also just learned his name is Ray. Ladies and gentlemen, we are joined today by none other than 9gagceo, as you probably know him. Ray, how are you, dude?
Good. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Dude, thank you for coming. Honestly, this is as somebody who grew up on the internet and grew up around like meme culture and comedy and content, this is like the most epic conversation I could even ask for. So thank you for being here. Seriously.
Yeah, you are too kind. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can we go into just like briefly like your background and like how you came into like, you know, creating 9gag and what that looked like?
Yeah, sure. I was a pretty good student until college. Yeah, I studied law, but didn't really spend time on studying. That's why I didn't become a lawyer. And then after graduation, I worked at a bank for 3 months, find it too boring. And then I joined a TV station as an anchor reporter for a year, find it very boring. And then I joined an internet company, which is like a online community for book lovers. And then at that time I thought, hey, my boss was so young. If he could start a company, why couldn't I? So I found my younger brother and some friends, and then we started some projects in our free time. 9gag was one of them. To be honest, right, we built something more useful before 9gag, but turned out all the useful product, people don't use it. Yeah, only the most useless product, 9gag, people use it. That's why we focus on it. Yeah, we joined 500 Startups in 2011, and then we joined Y Combinator in 2012, and then we raised a small seed round in between, and then we just keep building. Yeah.
I love that. And sorry, champ. I resonate so much with that story because like before I got into comedy, I worked every job under the sun, and I would always quit because it would just be so boring and just like it wouldn't feel right to me. So I think there's something beautiful in. I mean, it makes sense too because like, you know, you guys built like an internet company that's just so funny and so creative. And so I feel like most people who lean towards like creativity, like they can't really do like other things because it just is not stimulating for them.
The thing is, I mean, bank and also maybe like TV station, they are good jobs, right? It's just, I don't see that, hey, I will work on the same job, right, for the next 40 years, right? And then I would feel like, hey, I would love to do something else. I mean, that's my, at least that was my my standard at the time. Yeah, that's why I changed job until I work on the internet company, and I feel like, hey, it's very eye-opening because when I was studying law, basically there are all laws, rules, and then restrictions, right? But for internet, right, for entrepreneurship, basically it's more like, hey, there's a wall, there's a door. If you can open it, you open new opportunities, right? I think that is very satisfying for me. Yeah, that's why I love it. Yeah, to be honest, I'm not very creative, but I would love to solve problems. Yeah, it's more like that.
I think probably a lot of people watching this kind of resonate with that story, and I do particularly, right? Mainly sort of the pursuit of, I don't know, I don't mean to sound sort of canned here, but purpose, right? And there's nothing wrong with working any sort of regular jobs, but there is something certainly to be said for feeling like you get to exert control over your own destiny. Again, I don't want to get too dramatic, but I want to, one sec. Did you say you were a news anchor? Like, were you a live television news anchor?
Yeah. The thing is, in Hong Kong, they have pretty low standard. Yeah, on the face. Yeah, so it's okay. Yeah.
Were you good at it? Like,
no, not good at all. If I was good at it, I wouldn't join another company. Right? I think the thing is, most of the time, the thing you love the most is usually the thing you do the best. Yeah. Unless of course you are in a very competitive industry, right? Then that's another story. Most of the time, because the thing is, I mean, human beings are kind of like dogs, right? If you're good at it, and then you will do more. The thing that you do more, you will get better, right? That's why for me, I didn't really like the job. That's why I didn't do a very good job. Yeah, it's not like the job is bad. It's just that, hey, I'm not built for that job. Yeah.
No, yeah, it makes sense. Like in out here, I worked at a place called Jamba Juice where I would make smoothies for people, right. And there's nothing wrong with working at Jamba Juice. I just wasn't good at it, and it didn't help that I couldn't remember how to make any of the drinks because I was getting high, to be honest. But I would love to see like a 9gag CEO like news anchor update, like just once at least, just once.
Yeah, does this exist somewhere? Like, is there footage of this, dude?
No, I make sure that Google remove all of that. No. The thing is, I think news anchor or reporter, right? I mean, unlike in the US, there are tons of TV stations, right? And then the best anchors usually they're very respected. Yeah, but in Hong Kong, I would say that people don't care about the news that much. Yeah, that's why for most of the news anchor reporters, when they get, I would say, promoted to be more like senior position, basically they will leave the news industry and then join a big corporation to be a marketing or a PR person, right? So I don't feel that's the future for me. Yeah, that's why I think that the industry is different, and the career path is not something that I want. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys, you said you started 9gag in 2011, correct?
2008.
2008. Okay.
We work on it part time until 2011, and then we go full time, and then we went full time.
Got it. And then so how long did it take for 9gag to just completely take over the internet? Because I remember like, I don't know, like I feel like the past decade, anytime I think of like memes or meme culture or any kind of sites like that, like 9gag's like always been the top of the list. So I was just curious like how long it took to just kind of become like the top dogs in that space. Never,
right? I never feel like 9gag is like a top dog. I feel like 9gag is always an underdog, right? I mean we are quite popular. Yeah, but we are popular kind of like globally. So in each country, we have like millions of followers or users, right? If you add them up, then we have like 200 million audience, right? But if you look at each country, we are not that big in those countries. So I think it's kind of like undervalued and also underutilized in some way. Yeah, but if we have to kind of like go back and then to see, when did we started to get more mainstream? I would say maybe like 2012. So 3 to 4 years later. Yeah, after we started the company. Yeah.
That's awesome. So you had a little bit of pushback of being called the top dog, and is it because you enjoy being the underdog? Like is that like where you kind of find some more like some drive within yourself?
I mean, it's just the facts, right? Yeah, we're not really super top, right? So it's kind of like, hey, you right now you have a chance to play in the NBA, right? And then you're not LeBron, right? And then you call yourself the top dog. I think that sounds silly.
Yeah, no,
So
it makes sense. It makes sense.
I think Mark Zuckerberg can call himself top dog, right?
Yeah.
But not 9gag. Yeah.
Aside from the fact that his net worth is down like hundreds of billions of dollars right now, he's maybe not feeling the best. But I'm inclined to agree. And as a matter of fact, I think that's a pretty common attribute of uber successful business people like yourself, because we can objectively say you are a very, very successful person without pushback. Is humility and sort of having an understanding of the ability to always be better. But where I think we can objectively say that you are at least very close to top dog status is Twitter right now, and specifically Web3 Twitter and NFT Twitter. What I wanted to ask you is this, because I mean, obviously I've been familiar with 9gag for a long time. I grew up on 9gag, and I've like consumed content you've created in the past, but is this the most internet famous that you personally have ever felt?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, because I mean, I'm a kind of like low profile, right? I mean, there are many reasons behind that. Number one is I always feel like, hey, it's always about the community and the company, right? So there's no point to put my face out there because I'm not the one that creates content, right? We only created the platform, right? The creators are our stars. I'm not the star. It's kind of like, hey, you know Justin Bieber, you know Lady Gaga, right? You know all the top singers, right? But you don't know their managers that much, right? So I feel like I'm kind of like the backstage guy. Yeah, that's why I didn't put myself out there. And there's no advantage for me to put myself out there. Yeah, given that, hey, we're based in Hong Kong, I'm an Asian, right? I think although people say that, hey, they are not racist, right? But I think that most people are racist. Yeah, that's why I feel like there's no advantage, right? But in Web3, the more I'm into Web3, the more I feel like, hey, because Web3 is kind of like trustless, right? That means, hey, you actually need the most trust. That's why you have to put a face out there, right? Or at least an online persona. Yeah, that's why I put myself out there. To be honest, I never really actively use Twitter, right? Other than lurking, right? And also, I don't really use Instagram or Facebook that much, yeah, because it feels like work. Yeah, it doesn't feel like entertainment for me. Yeah, but right now, I think, yeah, it's just a job. Yeah, and as the founder, as the CEO, I just have to do the job that the company, the community needs me to do. Yeah.
I love that. So when did you kind of get involved with crypto and with like Web3? What did that look like for you?
I think we started to know more about crypto, right, in the last ICO boom, right? And because a lot of people reach out to 9gag, hey, you should launch a coin, you should launch a token and stuff like that, right? But we didn't do so because that I think 2018, right? I tried to use MetaMask. Super difficult to use, right? And I'm already kind of like a tech savvy person, right? So we didn't really go forward. Yeah. Until 2020, right? Some friends, they continue to work on crypto, right? And then they said, hey, Ray, maybe you should check out the latest development, right? Then I started to buy some Bitcoins and also some Ethereum. I remember the price that I first bought my ETH is like 200. Yeah, it's like 20 years, yeah, 2 years ago. It's like $200, right? So, yeah, that's the beginning, right? And then for NFT, it's just the beginning of this year. Because before that, I always feel like, hey, JPEG, NFT is just like JPEG people trying to use JPEG to get your ETH, right? Yep. That was my misunderstanding before. Yeah.
You are so far from that now, though. You are like a steward of the space at this point, objectively. How did you go from that perspective to being an absolute NFT maxi? I saw on Twitter today that you spent over 1,000 ETH on NFTs on your main wallet. How in the world did that happen?
Yeah, shit happens. Yeah. No, the jokes aside, right? I mean, I understand the appeal of crypto, right? Especially for Bitcoin, decentralized currency, right? And then kind of like fighting against inflation and for store of value, stuff like that, right? I understand that, yeah. And that's why, hey, I kind of understand hey, why Bitcoin and also why Ethereum, right? Makes sense. Yeah, they make sense to me. Of course, some altcoins, they also kind of like make sense. Yeah, although they are all like down 90%. Yeah, but for NFT, I think I only understand the power after I first bought my NFT in January 17. Yeah, and then I started to join more communities. And then I feel like, hey, maybe I had a really big misunderstanding, of NFT. Because in the past, I feel like NFT is just a trap, right? But after buying my NFTs and then joining more communities, I feel like, hey, maybe NFT is actually bigger than crypto, right? Because it provides a use case for crypto and it can be applied to a lot of industries. And that's how I started to get more involved and then to understand more, right? And then went down the rabbit hole and then lose tons of ETH and stuff like that. Yeah, I should have joined.
He's just like us, bro.
I know, I love it, dude.
Just like
dude,
us.
I love it.
I should have joined your Alpha group, right? Then maybe I could do better.
Wait, did you say that you got into NFTs on the 17th of January?
Yeah.
What was
We
what was
launched
the
on the
first?
21st, dude.
What-
You had 4 days to get in. You could have minted. So look, we started our I started my NFT journey before 9gagceo. Thank you for
you're
I
OG.
knew something
Yeah, I'm
every
not.
day.
That's why I feel awkward, right? When people call me OG, yeah, I didn't know shit. What OG am I? Right? I'm not like, oh, I'm a punk guy or crypto kitty guys, right? No, totally not that. Yeah,
But you get it
kinda
though.
like a
It's
new guy
obvious
in
to
town.
me.
Yeah.
It's obvious to me that you get it. Like I can tell that you get the space, and I think that the reason why you've become this beloved figure, aside from the fact that you're just 9gag CEO, like everybody loves 9gag, is that you get it, right? And it's very obvious to people who also get the space whenever somebody is a grifter versus they get and understand the space. And we don't need to name drop anybody who fits into the former category. But it seems pretty apparent to me that you and the people around you actually give a fuck about it, which probably has something to do with having serious skin in the game, right? If you've lost hundreds of ETH, like you must still love the NFT space if you're still here. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. I mean, the thing is, most of the people who hate NFT, basically they never buy NFT, right?
Yeah.
So they have no chance to understand more, right? And for a lot of people who get into NFT for the wrong reasons, right? Then maybe they get burned and then they feel like NFT is a trap, right? So they also hate NFT. But for me, right, because I've been working in internet company, right, especially in very community heavy company, right, I see the opportunity, right? I see that NFT can solve a lot of problems that traditional or so-called Web2 company couldn't solve, right? And I think one of the reasons I kind of get it very easily is because, hey, most of the jobs that we do in Web3 is like 90% of the job is similar to what we do with 9gag, right? Just the tech is a little bit different, right? Just the dynamic is different. Just the speed is different. Just the pricing is different, right? But most of the jobs is more like, hey, talk to the community, right? Share good content and then provide value to the community. I think most of that are very similar.
So what are ways that you think like Web3 technology can be used in your company to help push it forward?
Number one is definitely the monetization model, right? I think that's why I'm very vocal about creator fee, right? Because I would say that creator fee is one of the best innovations, right, in NFT. Yeah, that's why it attracts a lot of creators, right? Of course, a lot of rug pull and bad founders, right? But I think it opens a new dimension for people, right, to create content and know that, hey, they will get appreciated, right? And then number two is, of course, right, because of blockchain. Because in the past, you couldn't own something very easily. Right? But right now, even a JPEG, you can prove you own it, right? And that opens a new dimension of business opportunity. And number three is, unlike traditional social media, you have to get really huge in order to have to make a living, right? But for NFT, you just have to find your own niche and then get like 100 people, 10,000, 1,000 people to support you, and then you can start to create value for them, right? I think those are this is like super long tail, and this provides a good way for different types of creator to make a living, right? And that's why I'm so bullish in Web3. Although the prices are down, crypto is down, the sentiment is bad and stuff like that, but I just feel like, hey, I see something that may be the savior, right, of the traditional Web2. Yeah, that's why we continue to work on it. We continue to Bill. Yeah.
Let's go, dude. Let's go.
He knows the memes,
Dude, he
bro.
know, bro.
Let's fucking go.
He's just like us, man. He's just like us. That's crazy.
Except way more successful and intelligent.
Yeah,
other than
obviously.
that, yeah,
obviously.
100%.
And I would say better
less
looking
handsome.
too, for
Yeah.
sure. He's way better
Yeah.
looking. Okay, so let's talk about Memeland real quick because I just find it so interesting that like, as someone who started like minted their first NFT in January 17th of like 2022. It's when I look at the way that the entire like Memeland ecosystem has been built out, that to me feels like someone who has been planning and has been methodical about the execution of this for years. So like how did you kind of come up with the concept of the way you were gonna do like that, start off that ecosystem with like like Memeland and then doing potatoes and doing the MVP mint and then tying them all together? Like what where did you pull that inspiration? Like how did you kind of think about that?
I think I learned from a lot of good projects out there, right? And I'm a believer in micro innovation. That means we are not the really innovator, right? That create something super new, but we look at something that exceeds and then we try to make it better, right? And if we can turn a lot of things a little bit better, then combine together, they are a lot better than existing projects, right? So I join a lot of communities and then learn from the pros and cons and goods and bads of different communities, right? And then we try to launch something that we think on one hand, it can create long-term value for our holders, right? On the other hand, it's also fun and also interesting for our community to participate. Yeah, and to be honest, it's more like we keep learning along the way because we launched Memeland, the Twitter account, in April. Yeah, and we launched Discord like in January or December last year. Yeah, but we launched the Twitter in April. To be honest, we didn't think about launching potatoes back then. Yeah, we think about launching the MVP as well as the main collection. Yeah, because at that time Moonbergs was just launched and then they were very successful or are very successful, right? And we think, hey, that makes sense because you build a core group of supporters, right? So that you can kind of like work with them and then use them as a kind of like a focus group to polish your product, polish your idea, right? That's why we launched You the Real MVP. But because we didn't have enough confidence to launch 1,000 parts, right? That's why we launched a 420 collection. Turns out we didn't even sell out. And then we did a blind auction on our Discord. And then people were so hyped. And then the final bid is like 5.3 ETH. Yeah, and then also Cham's guy, right, also flooded us at the time. Yeah, and then that's why some people think that, hey, I don't like Cham and stuff, right? Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's like water under the bridge. Yeah. And then, but the thing is, we launched at a pretty bad time. That was like a few weeks after, no, maybe like the second, it's very close to the Luna USD explosion.
I remember that.
Yeah. And then people kind of like, hey, I have no money right now. That's why I can't honor my bid, right?
Yep.
Sorry, right? And because we trust people too much, we didn't ask them to pay any deposit and stuff. We didn't even have a smart contract, right? We just like, hey, this is our wallet address. You send us the ETH, we send us the NFT, send you the NFT. Because for us, MVP also stands for minimal viable product, right? That's why we don't really want to spend a lot of time building the website that you only use it one time, right? Turns out this is a big reason for people to FUD. Yeah, that's why we learn our lesson. Yeah. Yeah, but somehow that give us that kind of like set us in the right direction. That hey, maybe we should not be overconfident. That hey, we are 9gag, we have like millions of followers. That's why in Web3, hey, we only have to get 10,000 people, so it should be super easy for us, right? It's exactly not the case. Yeah, and that is a wake up call for us. And we are lucky, right? We sold 200 MVPs and then we got 1,000 ETH. Yeah, that's why we can kickstart our Web3 arm. But somehow the whole learning make us to rethink our whole strategy. Yeah, and the market was so bad and stuff like that. And then like in May or June, right? Goblin Town kickstarted the free meme meta, right? And then we thought, hey, that's indeed an interesting idea. Because it is free meme, it doesn't have any roadmap at all. People, it has no utility, right? People's expectation were lower. Yeah, then we thought, hey, maybe we should launch a free means to learn how to manage an NFT community and also how to do things in the right way. For example, have a means site. For example, have a smart contract, right? Yeah, and that's why we launched Potatoes in July. Yeah, so yeah, it feels like ages ago, but it's just like 6 months ago. Yeah.
I love that. It's like you took different glimpses from different successful projects, and you just found a way to kind of use the best parts of those into your ecosystem. So I love that. It's just yeah, like it's just kind of, you're just like progressing on their idea. Can we talk about real quick? You're talking about champ fudding. I need
Kevin,
to know more about this. Champ.
Let me break it down. Let me break it down.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna turn into the shade room for the next 10 minutes. Let me go ahead and break down exactly what what occurred for anybody watching the show right now. Okay, we're grown men. All right, you know what? Thank God this episode happened. Listen, I finally got this man on a call. All right, so then I'll explain whatever my perspective for the viewers. Ray can offer his perspective. We'll figure it out.
All right, I'll be the referee. I'll be the referee.
All right, so basically this is what happened. So, all right, so 9gag. So I'll remind you when 9gag comes in space. 9gag comes in space. We're all, fuck yeah, everybody's so excited, right? I'm making YouTube videos about it. Everyone's trying to be early, you know what I mean? Okay, 9gag's in the space. So from the jump, I'm like very excited about this. And I was hoping, you know, at some point that I would get to have a conversation with 9gag CEO, who I now call Ray. I think reached out a couple times trying to get in contact. They're fucking busy, man. They're 9gag, whatever. And then they announced some of their rollout and some of the things that they were doing with their upcoming collection. And I'm watching it all play out. Everyone's bidding. Okay, cool. And then I get a fucking ping, okay? I get a ping not from the man in question that was fudding the collection, but from another colleague of mine who was also a colleague of the man who was fudding the collection. And I was talking to him right before I shot this episode, and he was like, "Oh man, like I hope he knows I apologize. Like fuck, like I hope he doesn't." His name is Haka. You know Haka, right? K Money.
Yeah. Oh,
he's one of my.
Hold on, pause. Are you dragging Haka into your mess right now? I feel
no,
like
it's Haka's fucking mess that I got dragged into. That's what I'm trying to tell you, bro.
Okay.
So Haka is a representative of Champs Only by proxy, right? He's one of our community members, our core community members on the team, whatever. Somebody on my fucking team sends me screenshots. No. Links of Haka fudding this project on fucking Twitter. The 9gag project on Twitter. And I read this and I'm like, bro, there's no fucking way. And I ping Haka and he's just going. I was like, bro, why are you doing? So I'm sitting here like, fuck. But also Haka is like it's like my fucking guy. So what am I supposed to do? Fight with my core alpha caller publicly, right? So what am I supposed to do? So I'm like, fuck, I love both of these people. Like I really want to be involved with this fucking project, meet these people. This is my core guy. What am I supposed to do? Like I can't it's not the, you know what I mean? I can't publicly accost this guy. So I'm watching all this play out and I'm like, fuck. Okay, well there goes any future relationship with 9gag. And I told Hawk, I was like, bro, why the fuck did you do that? I was like, we have to fix this. He's like, no. And then months later, hopefully he fucking apologized. I profusely apologized via DM. And listen, let me say this because I know Hawk is gonna watch this. That's my fucking guy.
Hawk is the go.
I love
Hawk is the go. I'll give him that.
I love Haka. I didn't agree with him in this instance, but I'm not gonna come on here and throw him under the fucking bus. He can do whatever the fuck he wants, right? And like you guys had your bit of discourse, but it made me sad because these are both people that I respect a lot, and I was like, fuck. And I knew Ray and the guys were probably like, who is this guy? And then Champs Only got fudded, and it was just a shit show. So anyway, Ray, I'm glad we get to talk on camera now.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about internet, right? I feel like people tend to get super involved and super kind of like hot-headed, right? In some basically meaningless discussion, right? But turns out if you know the guy in person, you know that, hey, that guy is actually a very nice guy, right? It's just that sometime when we are sitting in front of the computer, we forgot that, hey, there's another person behind the computer, right? So that's why that's also a good lesson for me, because I feel like, hey, if this is like a constructive criticism, right, we should like respond, right? But if it's like attacking something that no matter what we say, then we can't convince them, right? Then we should not waste their time. Yeah, I mean, that's also a good lesson. To be honest, right, I don't feel any bad and stuff like that after that moment. Yeah, of course. I mean, it's a very funny incident for me, because that's almost like the first time that I experienced FUD on Web3. Yeah, because I was very new. That's why, hey, this is actually good. Yeah, and I also told our team members that, hey, we should not engage too much, right? I mean, they have their job, right? They're Alpha caller, right? You guys are Alpha group. That's why you have your opinion on things. I think that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, it's just that, of course, we don't agree because we are the other party, right? But I think the best way is not to get into the debate, but more like, hey, we show the world with our work, right? And luckily, to be honest, very luckily, right, MVP didn't flop. Yeah, and we continue to build. Otherwise, it's just
it wasn't lucky. It wasn't lucky. And dude, I wish I could get. I would love to introduce the two of you sometime, because I actually think that there's a lot of things that you would get along about. And Haka's such a smart guy. You guys have come out and crushed the project. So anyway, it was just like one of those things where I'm watching this happen. And if you follow me on Twitter, you know that I have like literally never beefed with someone on Twitter. I don't FUD. But I'm like, but I got to go to bat for my guy, but I also like this project, and I'm like, fuck. So it was just, anyway, dude, you know, if you'd like to, you know, I suppose at this point, just like fully allocate every single champs only holder like 10 whitelists to your upcoming project, like it's all good. Other, you know, we can put it under the bridge. Look, but in all seriousness, bro,
I can't be held accountable for things that my co-host says. My apologies.
Sorry, I'm done. I'll let it go.
I feel like all this could have been, you know, like easily swept under the carpet if Champ was able to do a Memeland giveaway, but he didn't. So here we are.
It's okay. They crushed it without me. So
That's true. Maybe I could crush it without you, but I don't want to. I love you.
Good luck.
Ray, so you have a really big next like 2 or 3 weeks coming up. How are you feeling about like the Memeland Mint? It's on the 4th of January, correct?
Yeah, it's my birthday.
Oh.
I have to keep mentioning that.
Oh, that's awesome.
No, I mean...
What a stressful birthday.
Yeah, Jesus.
It's okay. Yeah, I've been working as a founder, right, for 14 years. Right? It's just a business as usual. It's kind of like a product launch, right? I mean, of course, we do our best, yeah. But the part is not actually about the launch day. It's more about, hey, the preparation beforehand, right? So if we can prepare well, then we don't have to be too nervous, right, on the day of launch. I mean, shit always happens, right? So the thing is more like, on one hand, we do our best. On the other hand, we also stay relaxed and then respond quickly, right? If shit hits the fence, yeah. So so it's okay, all good, yeah.
That's awesome. Have you noticed any like pushback or any kind of FUD regarding the mint price for it?
I mean, I don't know. I think Twitter kind of like show you the things that you want to see, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes I would search on Memeland, right, and then search on mint or mint price, right. So far, what I see, I think it seems quite well received.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think. Yeah, I should not name other projects, right? But of course, I talked to Valhalla, I talked to Alex, and then he messaged me as well. Hey Ray, you did a good job on announcing a mean price, and then quite a lot of hunters ping me. Hey Ray, you did a good job, right? You play some mind game, do some price anchoring and shit, right? I was like, no, right? It's more like, I mean, of course we do some preparation, right? Yeah, but at the end of the day, I believe that it's not because we do a price anchoring. It's more because we show people what we have built, right? And not to mention that, hey, the things that we are going to build is, I would say, it's like within our circle of competence, right? That's why if people spend enough time in Memeland, they know that the things that we want to build is nothing similar to the most, I would say, all existing NFT projects. That's why they feel bullish on the future. On one hand, they also feel like, hey, if the entry level collection potatoes is like 2 ETH, right? Then the mean price of the main collection, which has more utility, is 1 ETH. It seems like a good deal, right? I mean, anyone would say that is a good deal. It's not like price anchoring or mind game and stuff.
Yeah. No, and I found it refreshing because after seeing like, you know, what Valhalla went through, and shout out to Valhalla, they're fucking crushing it right now. But when I saw what Valhalla went through when they announced their mint price, like I remember as soon as I saw you guys like announce yours, I was like to me, like obviously it makes sense because you just see like, okay, like MVPs are at like, you know, 25 to 30 ETH. You see potatoes at 2 ETH. So like already there's trust in your guys' ecosystem and the things that you build. But I was still concerned because like as someone who, you know, understands a lot of culture, like I just know there's going to be people who don't know, like who don't look at the things you built and just look at a number on the screen. And so every time I would see FUD, immediately I would see people explaining why this price makes sense. And that's fucking awesome to have like built like one to have like built like the projects that you've built with like MVP and potatoes and to like have those be well received, but then to have a community that like goes to bat for you. Like I think that's what every project needs, and I think that's something every founder should always lean on because like I always see a lot of project founders, not gonna say any names, some of them are good friends, that go and like they just like go and talk back and forth about the FUD or about this and that on their own page when it's like you could just have your own holders go out to bat for you.
Yeah, totally agree. I think we are super lucky, right? On one hand, it's because we already have a community. That's why our holders, right? Of course, they would defend their bet, right? I think that's given, right? Yeah, and for people who already got meme lists, of course, if they're interested, they will also kind of like help us to defend. But what makes me happy is even people who don't have the allow list, right? They will also help us to explain, hey, why this makes sense, right? I think that shows that we actually build something that people like. Yeah, maybe they are not yet our holders, right? But somehow they understand why I would say the price is like, I wouldn't say it's cheap, right? It's more like a fair price. Yeah. So yeah, that makes me really happy. Yeah, and our team is very happy. Yeah.
Yeah, I have really personal experience with managing, you know, FUD optics related to sort of market dynamics and some pretty fundamental misunderstandings, I think, between the consumer and the people running the businesses in this space. There's some really unique issues that are really prevalent in the NFT space that I'm sure have been, you know, a challenge for you and your team as you moved into the space to navigate. And I think one of the core ones that you guys are addressing here is the fact that no matter what sort of value you've demonstrated, right, the lessons that we learn in the traditional marketing and sales world don't apply, which is that if you can, in sort of the traditional marketing world, there's this massive advantage there's really no advantage to being the second or third cheapest product, but there's a big advantage to being the most expensive product, if you can come out and demonstrate the value of your offering is immensely more than that. In the NFT space, though, people don't give a fuck about the part that I just said, right? You could come out and be offering literally a package that like pays people 1 ETH a month for 10 months and announce that your mint price is 5 ETH, and people would literally be like, fuck you, Ray, you cash grabbing scam, because people don't pay attention. And moreover, you can, and I'm dealing with and exerting a lot of energy at this current moment, trying to navigate, exactly how I'm going to handle my transition into the next season of my own project. So I'm very sort of intimately wrestling with some of these issues we're discussing right now in market dynamics. Like people also, the challenge is selling real valuable offerings or experiences or software or products or services via an NFT, because even if you deliver everything that someone was supposed to get when they bought it, they see it to a certain degree as an investment vehicle. And it's almost like a publicly traded startup where the stock is also the product, which leads to some really, really challenging incentive alignment, I think, between founding teams and holders. So excuse the sort of diatribe. I try not to vent on our podcast. What I wanted to ask you is what the biggest challenges are that you've encountered since you came into the space, and as sort of a part two to that question, how you've gone about sort of circumventing those challenges and being as successful as you have been.
I think first of all, we are not yet successful, right? But I think we have a pretty good start. Yeah, and I think I echo a lot with what you just mentioned. Yeah. I think the issue is most of the teams and also most of the founders, right? They don't buy NFTs enough. Yeah, that's why they don't understand how buyers think, right? And to be honest, right, if you buy a lot of NFTs, you kind of like also holders or collectors yourself, then you understand what makes a good project, right? And on one hand, it's like continuous communication, right? And then continuous value delivery. Yeah, and continue to build, and then continue to have something, some carrot, right, in the future, so that you continue to hold, right? And you have to also have some hard and soft mechanism to maintain that. On one hand, you use the news or the product launch and stuff like that. That would be like the soft part, right? On the other hand, maybe like sticking mechanism, maybe some reward for delisting and stuff like that, right? I think most founders, they only hire some artists, right? And then, have a good story. And then they try to build their Twitter, right? And then do giveaway. And then work with different collabs, right? And then they try to launch. That's why they don't even have a very solid community to begin with. That's why when they announce a price that people don't like, then they got flooded up and down, right? And when they mint with a very, I would say, kind of like lazy minting mechanism, that usually doesn't work in the bear market, right? So basically, we try to avoid that by understanding more about what actually we are building, right? It's not rocket science, because every project basically is like building in the public. If you join their Discord, you know what they are building, right? You know their strategy, you know their pricing, you know their minting mechanism. Yeah, that's what we are doing, or also what we did. Yeah, so that's like echoing your first I would say your feedback, right? And I feel like the challenge is never enough. Yeah, it's kind of like, hey, you have like 10,000 Asian fathers, right? That have high expectation. It's kind of like that, right? Yeah, and what we try to do is we have to set the expectation right. Right. That's why from the get-go we say that under promise, over deliver is our way, right? And we at the meantime we also try to do our best to always add a little bit. For example, if we fuck something up, right, then we add more as a return, right? Meanwhile, for most other projects, right, if I fuck up, I'm sorry, deeply apologize, blah blah blah, and then do it the same way, right? For example, when we launch our potato stickings, right, we delay a week and then we add more price to the pool, right? So it's more like, hey, how can I apologize to make people feel that I'm really sorry, right? I think it's kind of like common sense, but I don't know why in Web3 it seems like not common at all, right? And the expectation is really challenging. That's why, and we kind of like launch it. I wouldn't say at a bad time, but more like not at the best time. So we couldn't go with the Yuga way. That means, hey, we stay mysterious and then we do a job and then tell a good story, right? We are not that kind of company, right? Because when you look at the Yuga founder, right, they're storytellers, right? They're great storytellers, right? For me, I don't even speak English well, right? So I'm more like making product, right? Solving problem, kind of like working guy, right? So what we try to do is, hey, we do our best to learn the storytelling, to add some fun element, right? But at the end of the day, we want to build product, and we see the high expectation of the community as a challenge, and then we try to navigate that by building different mechanism to kind of like help solving that. Yeah, and I think one way that can help a lot is continuous communication. Yeah, because when you show up every day on Discord, on Twitter, right? If you look at our Memeland account, also the 9gagceo account, we tweet at least once a day, right? So that we tell people that we are alive, right? It's not like, hey, we minted and then we went on holidays, right? We go to party, right? It's not like that. Yeah, and also we try to educate our holders that, hey, we reward loyalty, we reward patience and trust, right? Instead of, hey, we just want to have a high trade volume, that's why we want you to flip and stuff like that. I mean, we pick the holders that we want. Yeah, of course, we can't pick it from the very first beginning, but we can kind of like shape the community in the way that we want. Yeah, of course, better price always help. Yeah.
I love that. Man, I just like, I really loved like what you were kind of talking about, because it's like, it is interesting, because I feel like that like mysterious kind of storytelling, like that's like a bull market thing, you know what I mean? When like the market's down, like people want transparency, and so it's been cool like seeing how transparent you guys are, and it's cool because like I think like Memeland has some of the coolest storytelling, but like the storytelling is more within the product itself. And I think that's cool because, like, again, you're saying like you feel like your strength isn't in storytelling, but your strength is in like shipping products. But it's cool that you found like a happy median where you could storytell via your products. So that's pretty awesome to see.
Yeah, some founders are really good at that, right? I know that, Kevin, you are close with Frank, right?
Yeah.
Frank D. Gods, right? I mean, he's like the new breed of NFT founders, right?
Yeah.
I mean, super active in Twitter and then super vocal, right? I mean, you can almost feel his youth from his tweet, right?
Yeah.
For me, I'm too old for that shit, right? That's why I can't really, pop into different spaces, right? And then leave a comment, right? And all kind of shit, right? I have a baby to feed, right? I have a company to run. Yeah. So I just feel like in NFT or in any kind of industry, right? You have to find your strength and then play with your strength instead of just, hey, Frank is good, right? That's why I try to be as funny as him, right? No way, right? I'm not as handsome, right? Anyway, yeah, so play with our strength and just try to attract the people that we want.
Yep.
And I think that makes a lot of sense in Web3 because, hey, you only need to convince like 10,000 people to buy into your collection. You don't have to convince millions, right? Yeah, at least not in the beginning.
Yeah, and sorry, Champ. Last thing I'll say about like playing into your strengths is like that is like the biggest alpha of all time, because it's like I always have people come to me because like I was able to grow a pretty big following on like crypto Twitter in a relatively short amount of time from like comedy content, and I'll always have people like ask me like, hey, like I want to grow my page, but like I'm not funny like you, and it's like, well, like, so then don't try to be funny. You know what I mean? Like just play into whatever your strength is. Like if it's educational, let it be educational. If it's entertaining, let it be entertaining. But like don't try to do something that isn't like your strengths. Like just play into your strengths. Like you're not gonna, like all the top people in the world, like these aren't like LeBron James was probably always good at basketball and like continued to like play basketball, but like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty sure basketball wasn't his weakness. This is a terrible analogy. Champ, just take this. Just take the mic away from me, bro.
You were onto something. You know, you lost the tram.
Yeah.
It's all good, Kevin. I know exactly what you were saying. Love you, man.
Love you, bro.
Listen, Ray, I want to tell you what you and Frank have in common, man. And not just you and Frank. This is like my litmus test as a founder for people. You can always tell when people are fucking good NFT project founders, and it's that you don't fucking beat around the bush and virtue signal and lie about what people actually give a shit about. What I mean by that is that you, as the founder of a very popular NFT project with a lot of eyeballs on you, still come on the show and are very candid about what actually makes a good NFT collection, which for 99% of the populace is number go up. You know what fucking makes number go up? Communication, carrot dangling, remaining mysterious, incentives to not list your NFT, right? And I very much appreciate founders who will be forthcoming about these things instead of doing all those things and then coming on Spaces, whatever it is, and being like, yeah, you know, we really just are wanting to, you know, just impact the youth, and, you know, it's a community like, they're fucking lying. They're all fucking lying. And here's the crazy thing. I can give you more examples of people like this, Luca, etc. Is the way that you actually impact lives, the way that you have a trickle-down effect and positively impact the maximum amount of people is by understanding these mechanisms, not fucking lying about them, and employing them in a way that lifts as many ships as possible, right? So I appreciate that, and I think it's something that eventually is going, I mean, either we're going to have another bull market at some point, or every fucking founder that's left with a project that's alive is going to be doing that. Is this something that, were you like this whenever you very first started founding an NFT project, or did you kind of have to like learn the way of the craft?
I think my personal character is kind of like that. I try to be more friendly on Twitter. Yeah, already. Yeah, although people always feel like, hey, I kind of like being too honest from time to time.
You're kind of a savage on Twitter sometimes. Like,
Yeah. Because the thing is, I'm not like a random kid, right? I know what I think. I know what I want, right? I don't want to please you because I understand that I can't please everyone anyway, right? That's why, hey, for example, like the creator fee, right? Hey, I call 0% bullshit, right? Because I think it doesn't make sense at all, right? But people say that, hey, a lot of people tell me that, hey, the 0% trend definitely is the future, right?
No, it's fucking bullshit. Yeah. It's complete
until
bullshit.
OpenSea show its stance, right? And then the sentiment has changed. And then right now, some people are pushing like, hey, maybe we should standardize the fee to be like 5% and stuff like that, right? I mean, it's called creator fee for a reason, right? Creators set the fee, and then you buy it or not, right? It's not like, hey, buyers want to pay the fee and stuff. I mean, but by saying this, of course, I lose a lot of I lose my popularity, right, among the greater space. But for people who agree with me, they actually think that, hey, this is the way, right? I mean, no one really knows the future, but at least I'm confident that if we continue to do what we say we do, and if we can actually execute that, right, I think our future will not be too bad, right? Maybe we are not the top 5 project, but even top 100 project, right, in the so-called Web3 industry, we can survive, right? Yeah, so I feel like it's still very early for most of the companies, for most of the teams, and I just feel like we have to tell people that who we are, right? It's kind of like dating, right? Oh, when you are, because before Mint, it's kind of like how you kind of like courting for a girl, right? Oh, you show the gentleman, right? Because you want to get laid, right? Yeah, but the moment that you get laid, and then you kind of like ditch her, right? Then that girl, right, will tell all her friends that, hey, Cham is a douchebag, right? Kevin is a douchebag, right? That doesn't really work, right? So what we do is, hey, on one hand, we stay gentlemen. And then on the other hand, we don't ditch you after sex, right? And then we give you the future. Of course, right now, I have like 10,000 wives, right? Yeah, I think that's why it's so challenging. This
is the best analogy of Web3 ever.
But I think at the end of the day, community management is just relationship building at a mass scale, right? If you care about them, you tell them. But you also tell them who you are, so that they can choose whether they want to stay with you. Instead of you always have to kind of like, hey, I changed myself for you. Why don't you still love me, right? Because, I mean, people have different priorities in life, right? Maybe they sell your project. Doesn't mean that they don't love you. It's just that they have other needs, right? So what we try to do is, this is our way. You like it, you join us. Yeah, if you sell, we don't sell shame. Of course, some of our holders do, but we, as a project founders, right, we don't sell shame, right? And that's it, right? As I mentioned, it's a super long tail game, right? As long as we can convince 10,000, 20,000 people to start with, I think that's okay, right? We started 9gag with fewer people. We didn't even have that many experience and resources. We were still okay, right? So right now, a decade older, right? Hopefully a decade wiser. I think we have a good chance, because when I look at all other projects, maybe like the top projects in the space, oh, those are the top projects, right? I couldn't imagine I could beat like Instagram or Facebook or TikTok, right? But I am quite confident that we have a good chance in become one of the top projects in the space, in the Web3 space. So that makes me bullish as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm confident that you can too. Man, is there any kind of alpha you want to share on here about?
Yeah, wait a minute. Kevin, I almost forgot. Wait a damn minute. We have Ray on the show. Ray, I have to do my fiduciary duty of asking you, please, is there any alpha regarding the Memeland ecosystem, even the smallest one, dude? We're so thirsty, that you can drop on the podcast?
I don't know whether it's alpha, right? Because I talk about all kind of shit, and sometimes I forgot whether I have told people yet, right? But we really don't think NFT is our whole game, right? NFT is just the appetizer for what we try to build, right? I think we always mention to our holders that we believe we are building for the social. We are building social-fi products, right? We are building for the creator economy, right? And for NFT, at least the current form of NFT, it doesn't scale that well, right? But we can get more people into our ecosystem by fungible tokens, right? We call it meme coin, but I think that can be much bigger than the NFT collections that we have, right? But how to get the meme coin, right? Definitely, the easiest way is to become our holder right now. Yeah, and down the road when we launch our social-fi products, for example, like holders.com, gmgm.com, right? Then you can just be a participant, right? And you can show your talent, right? And then, for example, like Kevin, right? You put your content on GMGM, right? Maybe you GMGM in short is like only fans in Web3, yeah, but you have you can wear clothes, right? Wow. And then for holders.com is like TripAdvisor for Web3 projects, right? So somehow I feel like there are a lot of inefficiency at current Web3. That's why we want to solve that as a holder, as a founder. Yeah. On the other hand, how to onboard more people from Web2, we have to provide them with better information. Yeah, so that they know what to invest, right? Instead of, hey, just invest in Web2 projects and then they just left the space, yeah.
Dude, if I had a fucking air horn sound effect, I would go, nah, we got the alpha.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. We got him. Dude, Ray, man.
Yeah. But I think that's pretty obvious. I think a lot of people who buy into potatoes, MVPs, and captains, they kind of expected that. Yeah, and the thing, another thing that I think we are kind of like special comparing to most of the other projects is all our collections, they're connected with each other. That's why a lot of saying that, hey, potatoes will get dumb after Captain's Mean because people only see potatoes as an allow list, right? I think they just don't understand what we are building. Yeah, because I mean, why? Because that's also a learning for me, for most other projects. Hey, you launch a pass and then you launch a main collection. But the two collection doesn't interact with each other after launch, right? It's like an underutilized opportunity, right? That's why, hey, potatoes help you get captains, right? But if you have a captain and then you pair up with your potatoes, you get more. And then if you have MVP, you get even more, right? And that's how we can build with our community and reward our long-term holders, right? Yeah, and those are the things that, again, I feel it's like common sense, but it seems like not that many projects are doing right now. Yeah, that's why you can see why the sentiment for Memeland is quite good, right? But on the other hand, we also know that hype doesn't mean success, right? Because every project, right, when they're at the allowly stage, they're all hype, right? I think Cham definitely knows that, right? You see a lot of hype projects that didn't mean out, right? A lot of reasons for that, but at the end of the day is, at the bear market, we can't assume that we can do well. We have to prepare for the worst. That's why we have to have the confidence that, hey, what if we didn't mean out? What to do, right? How can you stay confident and continue to build? I think those are the things that we are kind of like used to it. Yeah, because, hey, whether we mean out a lot, we continue to build because we believe in the space. It's not just like, hey, we have to get the funding and then no funding can't build. It's not like that. It's more like, hey, if we get the funding, then we can kind of like embrace a Web3 ethos that, hey, we give back to the holders, right? If you don't give us anything in the beginning, there's no reason for us to give back to you. But right now, if we have our holders, then we have a good reason to build with our community. Yeah, I think those are the things that actually quite Web3, but it seems like people kind of like forget that, and that's why they only want free mean. If you only get free shit, why does the project have to give you something back in the future? Yeah, I think that's as simple as that. Yeah.
You know,
wow.
I'm gonna just be totally honest with you, Ray, as we wrap up this show. The most incredible part about this podcast is that I get to sit on camera and speak with people that I never thought I would meet in my life, and you fall into that category. So I want to earnestly thank you for coming on the show. Kevin, I imagine you probably feel the same.
100%, dude. Like, Because like Ray, I don't think you really because obviously you're very humble and like that's really awesome, but like you could be a little cocky and kind of a douche sometimes, okay? Because the internet would not be what it would be today without 9gag. Memes are just internet language. Like you helped reshape and like you helped create the current state of language online. So I think that's extremely impressive. As somebody who's been making memes, content, doing comedy, just trying to entertain people like for a majority of my life, it's an honor to talk to you. So I just want to thank you for taking the time out of your day to come onto our podcast while your dog's screaming in the background.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, memes will go mainstream anyway. Because as you mentioned, right, it's the language of the internet, right? I think we are lucky and also we are happy that, hey, we are the steward of memes, and then we help memes to get mainstream more quickly, right? And right now, we also try to build Memeland, right? I think we picked the name for a reason, because I feel like everything can be meme. Anything that is popular is meme, right? K-Money is meme, Cham is meme. Yeah, it's just like whether we want to pay for the meme. Yeah, that's why we call our fungible token called meme, right? So I feel like meme in the past is like very niche internet culture, right? Right now it's like funny internet thing, crypto thing. But in the future, basically, it's like content that is popular, right? I actually believe that, yeah.
I believe it too.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you for coming on here. And thank you guys all for listening. This has been NGMI. We'll see you guys next week.
Thank you very much.